Hey there, Cancer. Welcome to your reading for, this is your bonus reading for March 2022, or 2023, just kidding. We're going to just do a free flow reading, and we're just going to see what comes up. You have this counselor card. It says, a financial coach can help you reach your financial goals. And it also says family and marriage therapist, grief counselor, or energy healing. Some of you could actually be becoming a counselor, or you are looking for a counselor. Take it how it resonates. But you have the King of Cups, the Page of Cups, and the Empress. I kind of feel like some of you, it's like you need to realize like how your emotions are affecting your abundance with the Empress here. This could have a little bit to do with love, but yep, kind of like I was about to say, I get an earthly energy from this reading. I kid you not. And you have this Earth card. So I kind of feel like some of you, and look, two aces coming out together. I like this. Some of you, I feel like this is more about how your emotions kind of either create your reality or, how you attract money and all those other things. And that seems to be like a focus here. I also feel like this could be a person, right, who makes you kind of think very deeply. And I'm not talking about love here. I'm talking like this could be a person you watch on YouTube or something like that. And like I feel very specifically that you need to pay attention about like something you've never heard before. I don't know, kind of a weird message I'm getting here, Cancer. Like I'm not gonna lie, it's almost like if I put myself in your shoes, like maybe you're listening to a YouTube video and you kind of catch something that you've never heard before. It's almost like there could be a person who changes your perspective almost. And I feel like maybe they're not a counselor, right? But maybe the advice they give is like counsel. So, I would pay attention to the things that you're listening to for the rest of the month because you might get some really good advice or something like that. For a small percentage of you, I do feel this could be love coming in for you. Not really a love reading though. But again, I do feel it's available to you if you want it. You have the Page of Cups here. Page of Cups is about like some sort of dream, sometimes, could be a secret admirer. And again, like I said, some of you definitely could be a secret admirer, but that fish that's normally in his cup represents something that he is dreaming of, something that he maybe wants to create or something that he wants to have in his life. So I feel for a lot of you, you could have like big dreams, or you could be having dreams about things that you want to create, do, be, or have in your life. And I feel like you need to grab onto those dreams. It's like, I feel like saying this abundance is waiting. It's almost like this right here, the Empress, is an energy that you could be stepping into, but I really get the feeling that it's like waiting for you. It's almost like she's like, I don't even know how to say it. Like, it's almost as if you could just melt into the Empress if you move in this direction. If you kind of get started on something, or if you correct your situation. I feel like you don't realize how like abundant something could be for you. I don't know. Can we just see? With the King of Cups, you have this drama card. I feel for most of you, again, I do get a weird feeling about love. Like maybe it's here, but you don't really want it. Some of you could just be protecting yourself from drama right now, which is perfectly fine. It's like maybe you just don't want the drama. With the Page of Cups, you have this devotion card. If there is new love coming in for you, I love this card. It's kind of like till death do us part, right? There's this like cute little dead bird right here. So how cute is that, Cancer? And it's like a person who will die with you or something. I don't know. It's very romantic. But what I would say here is I do feel there could be love that will be very romantic. For others, I also feel that with this, going to the Four of Pentacles, I would be careful of like what you are devoted to. Like sometimes I think we are devoted to things that are kind of like a dog chasing a tire, right? On a moving bus, right? It's like the dog is very devoted to getting that tire, but if it gets the tire, guess what? It gets run over. So, I kind of have that popping into my head for some reason, where for some of you, there could be something in your life that you want, but it's like, do you really want it? Or is it like a tire on a bus and you're the dog, right? I don't know. That's what's popping into my head. I would be careful of holding on to things just aren't working. With the Empress, yes, this is your true power. This is where your true power lies, right here with the Empress. So you have that power card. Could also have a Scorpio coming in for you if you want love. I would say if it's a Scorpio, it's probably a Scorpio that has a lot of earth in their chart. But what I would say also is I feel like you're kind of like gaining power this month or becoming more powerful. You have this enthusiasm card wanting to pop out there. I don't take pop outs, but I would follow your enthusiasm. Next, you have this card that says, you will find your place in the world even when you don't know how. Very interesting. Pisces had something very similar. It didn't say exactly that, but it was similar. But again, we are in a time where I feel pretty much everyone is trying to find their place in the world. Pluto and Aquarius. It's funny that, everybody talks about Pluto and Aquarius being the collective, which is true, right? But the whole point is there's such a focus on a collective. I feel like also people will also be looking at how they can be more unique because there's such a focus on the collective. It's just like, kind of like how the universe works. So, again, I do think that focusing on how you can make yourself unique or different, or how you can have your own experiences is going to be, very, very, important over the next 20 years or so. Also, we have Neptune going into Aries as well. And, I think we'll see a lot of people like kind of grouping up, kind of like more tribalism when we have Neptune moving into Aries. And, in some ways it could be a good thing, but in other ways it could be a bad thing. Like, again, I always say Neptune and Aries is like the rise of cults. We probably will see like new cults forming and things like that. So we just need to make sure that we're listening to our own voice, our own head, right? You have the Four of Pentacles, the King of Wands, and the Death card. It's interesting that there's a Death rider here, or Death here, and Death here. So something needs to be transformed or changed in your life, or something needs to change for you here, Cancer. It's kind of like you are changing something, but the Death card is kind of like a card of a transformation. I feel like you're heading in the right direction. The sun is coming up between the two pillars on the moon back here. So it's almost like you're leaving behind a moon period, a period of uncertainty, not being sure what you're doing. And you have the Four of Pentacles, which is kind of like letting go of things that you've been holding on to too tightly. So I feel like you're kind of like letting go of things that no longer serve you. And you have the King of Wands. King of Wands is about being bold, being assertive, and really kind of being confident, going for what you want, right? And for a lot of you, you could be going this way. You could be doing a lot of personal development work with that Strength card, but you could also be kind of like nurturing something new into existence. You have the two aces here. So it's almost like embracing the confidence of the King of Wands and getting started on something would be a good idea, especially for those of you that want to start new projects or businesses. You might feel like you don't have everything you need. Four of Cups, but that's the trick, is as I've been saying to everyone, basically if we are starting something new, none of us will have everything we need. That's like the trick, is we have to get started anyway. we have to not worry about it, and we just have to get moving. So, that's what I would do here. With the Four of Pentacles, you have this Revenge card. If you're holding on to a past person, I'm not saying you want revenge, but maybe you just want something. You just want to feel something, right? Then, I feel like this is saying focus on a new beginning. Again, don't be like a dog with a tire, right? I really get that feeling for you here. I'm not calling you out or anything. Like, trust me, I get it. It's like for some of you, you have that drama card. Maybe you have a person who brought a lot of drama to your life. With the Ace of Swords, could have been liar as well. And, I feel for a lot of you, it's like you could have a person who really, really hurt you. And so it's like you want, it's almost like, I don't think you want revenge, but it's like maybe you just want to see something. You just want to, you just want to know that it wasn't all for nothing. But again, I feel like the longer you hold on to it, the longer you're holding yourself back from these like new beginnings that could be coming in for you. With the King of Wands, you have this Flattery card. Yes. See, this is what happens. Like I'll tell you, I'll just tell you this, Cancer. I just don't care anymore. I air my dirty laundry, and I just don't give a what, right? But it's like, I went through something where someone like really lied to me and was just a big freaking liar, right? And it really makes you doubt yourself, especially me, because I'm intuitive, right? So it really makes you doubt yourself, and you're wondering. And so like now in the future, it's like when I deal with new people, I'm like, are they just lying? Are they like, what is the truth, right? So it's like really unsettling when like I understand that it's like really unsettling when someone sells you a story about themselves that isn't even true, and you just totally were blind to it in the first place. I get that feeling for you here. That's why I'm telling you this, is because it's like I know how unsettling it is. I know how upsetting and like difficult it is when someone does that to you. But it's like I feel like you need to realize that's a reflection on them. It's not a reflection on you, and it's maybe there were things that you just didn't see. And what I would say, going up here to the Strength card, sorry, wrong camera, going up to the Strength card here, it's like I feel like you see these things now. It's like you see the things that you ignored. So the whole point of the Strength card is that now you can work on those things. The other thing is I feel like you've done your healing. And again, this doesn't even have to be love. This could just be a friendship or, some other situation. And I feel like this is saying like you've done the work. So now it's time to open back up. With the death card, you have the harmony card. Love it because the sun is coming up on this harmony card. So there's clearly some like peace, harmony. I'm also like feeling balance is coming back in for you with this harmony card. So feeling much more in balance. But again, sometimes I think when we go through a situation like that, it's like we overcorrect. And trust me, like I'm far from perfect. I did make some overcorrecting after that, right? And I'm far from perfect, but I think we need to tell ourselves like, okay, we need to look at what happened and we need to say like, okay, there was these things that I didn't pay attention to, but next time I'm going to pay attention. I'm not going to, fall victim to this again. Next, you have this Earth card. It says utilize logic, reason, and common sense. Yes, see, again, common sense. Like I said, there are probably things that you didn't see. I also, like I said at the beginning of the reading, I get a very earthy energy from this reading, as in I feel some of you are kind of bringing something down to earth, like you are manifesting a dream or something that you want to have wanted to work on. It's probably something that's going to require a little bit of patience, but 2 aces is a yes to any question that I haven't answered. You also have the Queen of Swords, and the Queen of Swords is about seeing things clearly, and it's about going through a transformation. So I feel like you see clearly the actions you need to take, and we even go over to the Three of Wands here. She's kind of looking to the Three of Wands. Three of Wands, card of expansion. It's a card of progress as well, and so I feel if some of you, if you kind of move towards your 2 aces here, that you will be victorious. Ace of Swords is a victory. Ace of Wands is out with the old, in with the new. So I really feel this reading is like saying, like, new situations in your life are really where it's at. I think that's true for everyone because of Pluto and Aquarius. I say it all the time. But I also feel like there is an element of needing to, like, look at the past, not live in the past. We're talking about just, like, see the things that you ignored in the first place. And, like, how can you change these things now? Doesn't even have to just be love. It's like maybe you started a business in the past and maybe you didn't try enough. Maybe you did try maybe you tried too much, right? It's like there are plenty of people in business who try too hard. And people always say, like, what the hell are you talking about? You can't try too hard. Yes, you can. It's like I always give the example. I used to work in marketing, and we used to work on. I used to work with like the same types of businesses. It's like one business would have like a super ugly website. The other business would have a super, beautiful done up website. I'm telling you, the ugly websites always beat the super beautiful websites like 9 times out of 10. More, probably like 99% of the time, right? So it's like you can do too much. There's no doubt about it. And I kind of feel that energy here where it's like maybe you learned that's the problem. And now you're putting something new into practice. I feel like you need to put your new knowledge into practice as well. You have the Strength card. I feel like people are seeing you as different, The Strength card is a card of showing off. I always say, who in their right mind would stick their hands in a lion's mouth? That's the whole point of the Strength card. She has her hands in the lion's mouth. The lion represents the fact that she's taming her inner beast, her inner knowledge, her inner victim, her inner demons, her inner whatever, and she's taming it. And I kind of get this, it's kind of weird because in this row, I kind of get this energy of like the genie's out of the bottle. It's like something can't be put back in. It's kind of like sometimes I think, they say ignorance is bliss, but which I say is BS in the first place. I don't think that's a good excuse, period. But what I would say here is I do get this like waking up to certain things, and it's like I feel like people are seeing you as being very strong, and people are seeing you as like very successful. With the Strength card, you have the Generosity card. Yes, like look, there are like people that are looking up to, I don't know, God or whoever this is up in the sky, right? So I feel like people are really seeing that you're like a blessing, and this could be amazing. Like I'm getting here that if you're trying to build a following, if you're trying to write a book or do any of that stuff, I feel like you are a blessing. You are getting a lot of attention. With the Ace of Swords and the Ace of Wands, you have this Riches card. Wow, clearly there is abundance and riches coming in for you. I feel there's a ton of fulfillment coming in here as well. But I'm telling you right now, it's like this right here, going this way down to the Three of Wands, this is a big opportunity. We're going to talk about the Three of Wands in a minute, but the Three of Wands, there's a way to read the Three of Wands where he might think that he's looking at nothing, but there's actually a big opportunity. With the Queen of Swords, you have the Submission card. This card reminds me of the Eight of Swords. You can see here that if it wants to focus, that there's a bird in this cage, but the cage door is open. So that bird could easily be set free. It could set itself free. So I feel for a lot of you, it's like you're kind of like setting yourself free. I'm wondering if you're looking at two worlds, here in your reading, where it's like there's the old world, where maybe there are certain people in your life who live in this world. It's like a certain identity. But again, it's like the genie has been released from the bottle. The genie is you, Cancer. And it's like I see you kind of drifting away from, certain belief systems, maybe certain groups of people as well here, because I feel like you're turning into a different person in the best way possible. It's like you're leveling up here. You have the Empress, which is like glow up vibes. I wouldn't necessarily call this a glow up reading. That could be part of it, but I really feel like it's more like a reinvention or something like that. At the end here, you have this island. It says, find strength in solitude. Yeah, again, you could just be finding that you can't be around certain people any longer. You could be finding that, some people don't want to be around you any longer. And again, I would find strength in the solitude here. It is kind of interesting because right here, you have this Knight of Swords and the Five of Cups. Again, for those of you that want love, it's kind of like, I feel like you could be finding a person who has like found strength in solitude as well. It's like they have found their strength through being alone. The interesting thing about this person is, like, if you are meeting a new person, for example, I think something that will stand out to you is that, like, most people, it's like they go through a breakup, they drink, they go do some bad habits or whatever to try to numb the pain. I feel like this person might talk to you and it's like they did the opposite. They, maybe they started like working out or improving themselves, or, they just did something different, I don't really have any good examples, but I feel like that's what kind of will stand out to you here. I literally feel like you see this person as a badass too. I don't know why that's popping into my head here, Cancer, but this guy, girl, whatever you're into, doesn't matter. I feel like they have like a little bit of an edge to them with that Knight of Swords energy. That's what's popping into my head, so there you go. You have the Four of Cups. So Four of Cups, and also I just want to say that this right here, all three of these cards right here, plus this Three of Wands, I want to show you over here. I feel like this is saying, do not judge a situation too quickly. You see that he's looking out onto this water here, but it is golden in color. The traditional story of the Three of Wands is that he's looking out on that water and he thinks it's a desert because it's golden in color. But when he looks closer, he sees the ships, which represent opportunity. So again, whenever I get this card, sometimes I feel that it's saying like you could be looking at something and not seeing the opportunity. You might think that it's like a desert, that there's nothing there. So for some of you, I feel this is something new coming in for you here that could lead to riches with that rich card. So it's definitely like a business opportunity. It could be an opportunity to move or to travel. It could also be the fact that maybe you're kind of maturing in some way, or you're stepping away from people in your life, but there's a lot of opportunity here. With the Five of Cups and the Knight of Swords, you have this originality card. Yeah, this person, this is probably why you see this person as a badass, because I feel like they're very original. They do their own thing. They kind of, I feel like they march to the beat of their own drummer, as they say, or, they kind of just are their own person, very original. So if you're looking for love, good. With the Four of Cups, you have the excitement card, a lot of excitement coming in for you. The Four of Cups is like, sometimes I feel we just need to realize what we have in front of us, that we have everything we need. We just need to start the journey. And, that's kind of like the energy I get here with that Four of Cups. And with the Three of Wands, you have this achievement card. Are you kidding? I'm telling you right now, if there's a new opportunity that comes your way, I'd be taking it if I were you. It's going to be a major achievement, very successful. Again, could be new job, new business. It's something new with that Ace of Wands and the Ace of Swords showing up right here. And it's going to pull you away from the Four of Cups, the Four of Pentacles, something that you've been holding on to. So again, could be like a move, could be a new relationship. Although again, I don't really see this as necessarily a love reading. I think it's kind of like in the background if you want love, but if you want it, go for it, obviously. But I would also say that it's like, could be something new that you're kind of grounding in reality with that Earth card showing up here. So, I don't know. I really like this for you. We're going to pull five main themes for you here. You have this Forest card. It says muddled, unclear thinking. I still feel we're in a little bit of this like muddled, unclear thinking type of energy. Once we get past the end of March, when Mars leaves Gemini, then I think we're going to be feeling a little bit better as far as our thinking is concerned. So don't be too worried if you don't have all the answers right now. Just know that the answers are coming. You have this unicorn card, says use your intuition to make beneficial changes. 3 of Wands. I'm telling you, you're looking at something. Maybe other people are saying there's no opportunity in this for you, but there is. You see something maybe that other people don't, so don't ignore that. They're like, every single mistake I've made in life, I swear, has been me like just not listening to my intuition and listening to other people. It's like where I see an opportunity and I'm like, no, like I don't need to do that, right? And I don't do it and I always regret it. So, it's like listen to yourself. Listen to your intuition. Your intuition is guiding you. And, here's the other thing as well. It's like sometimes when we go against a crowd, when everybody's like, oh no, go this way, and we go the other direction, that is usually the right answer, right? You have this monthly card that says April on it, and you also have this dog that says protection from a powerful friend. I feel like some of you, again, this King of Cups, didn't you have the King of Cups? Yes, at the beginning. This counselor type energy, it could be a new friend that you're making. I'm not saying this is a lover, but I do feel like this person, it's like they see something in you, so if there's like a nurturing relationship that comes into your life between now and April, I feel like it could be very good for you. It could just be a friendship, You have this gavel card. It says involvement with the law. I'm getting justice. So if you're dealing with anything involving legal issues or the law or anything like that, I feel like there's justice coming in for you here. And finally, you have this dog close up. It says pleasure with a close friend. So again, another friend card. So I would be spending time with friends. Again, some of you might be feeling a little isolated here, but I really feel like you're just kind of like moving on to a new level. So that's that. Thank you for being here, Cancer. Really appreciate it. Make sure to watch your Sun, Moon, and Rising for a full picture of what's going on for you at this time. But thank you, and definitely enjoy your month.